I'll go back to a song, you know, and that's how a song is born for me. It's just, it writes itself. It's like almost like I allow I guess, because you can have a formula for a song, you know, we're going to write a song like this, it's going to go 5, 4, 1, you know, we're going to have 30, this many measures for the verse, and then the chorus is going to be this many measures. Like, I would never write a song like that. Like, I don't even write it down. It's like I feel it, I hear it like in my head, and I feel it like inside, and that's like the only thing I go by.
Yeah.
I try to write music with people, you know, people who are producers who like my voice, and they like, you know, my ability, like as far as a musician, and but I just can't write songs like that. I just can't do it. It has to be art to me. It has to be my personal expression, and you know, I can sit in on somebody's song and like add to it, but I'm either writing it from my heart, and I'm able to do that, or I can't. Like, for instance, I was working with a producer, and he was like, "You got to write a song like Lady Gaga," and I'm like, "Okay." So I was listening to Lady Gaga Telephone like over and over and over again, and I'm like, there's just no way that I'm gonna be able. I could do it. I could be like, okay, this chord, this chord, this chord, but it doesn't sound like me. It sounds fake, and I don't feel it. I don't like it. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know what you mean.
If you don't have your musical expression, if it's not like just original, then I don't know. Some people can do that. They can write all the, you know, exactly how the record label wants you to make your music, you know.
Formulaic,
so that they can sell it on mainstream media, but that's a bunch of poppycock to me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It has to be inspiring, and I think it's just Stevie Ray Vaughan said, you know, if you don't feel it, don't play it, you know, and that's pretty much how I feel too. You really have to start from a place of feeling it. But I found also that sometimes I end up creating like my own little drama in my life to write my own song.
Oh, do you?
Well, at least I looking back at it now, it's like, you know, what point do you like kind of like, you know, it comes from a place sometimes where maybe things aren't going really well, you know, that type of thing, and I get those periods of like, wow, I wrote a lot of songs, and I look back and I'm like, geez, did I make that happen? You know what I mean? Like, did I make that drama happen to
have something to write about, or the drive?
Like Eric Clapton said, you know, he tries to find something to suffer about every day.
It's like a pining feeling you have, like you can't rest.
Yeah.
Until you get it out.
Yeah.
Until you fix it somehow.
It
like
builds
with
up,
music.
and then it's like, you know, I got, you know, so it's kind of like this build up of stuff, and then I got to get it all out, and then I'm all right. So I can't be too happy. If I'm too happy, then I can't. You know, I think it deflects from, you know, the art. I guess, you know, I don't know. Artists are just tortured souls, I think, you know, in a sense. You know,
like we you know, we feel we experience life. This is. If you ever watch the documentary, you can go into IMDb, Internet Movie Database. .com, and look for the movie. It's called Before the Music Dies. It's a documentary about the music business, how mainstream radio started. She's just going to the bathroom. She'll be back. She's pretty good. Well, anyways, it's about how the music business started, and how not the music business, but how radio got the way it is, and how the record companies and the radio stations started, you know, built the system that they have nowadays, you know, of getting music out there. It's pretty much all owned by the same company. Right. And well, Erykah Badu is one of the people who talks on that, and also Dave Matthews, and they talk about how, well, Erykah talks about how, like, the people who are real artists are the people either you suffered, you have to suffer, you're willing to feel the pain, you're willing to experience the pain in such a pure form that is so, like, almost like you're suffering, you know. I don't know, it's just funny. Like, I'm a Christian. I'm not really religious, but I'm a Christian and I follow Jesus Christ. I don't go to church, but I just feel like artists have that heart, like that pure heart. It's open to love, and your heart is open. It's also open to other things like pain, and you give yourself purely to, to service.
So
it's
you're
like
naturally empathetic.
Yeah, you're empathetic.
And
when I was a kid,
yeah.
I'd walk up to people in wheelchairs and ask them like why they don't have their legs and stuff like that. My mom would like freak out. She'd be like, "No, don't leave them alone." But I really wanted to know like what happened to your legs, and like I almost cried whenever my kids put perfume on a toad the other day and the toad died. It's terrible, and I like I get I feel for all the little things.
I got beat up one time when I asked a guy about why he was on crutches.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was the first time I was ever in a fight. Yeah,
with the guy? Did you fight with the guy on crutches?
Well, I was like 8 years old. I went up and I said, "Why are you on crutches?"
It was probably embarrassing.
And he said, "I had surgery on my leg." I said, "Nuh-uh." And
see, you're smart
jumped on me, and the next thing I know, I'm getting my face pounded.
You deserved it.
No, I'd never been in a fight in my life. I was like, whoa. Anyway, that's another story. But it was pretty, eye-opening. I went from a really nice neighborhood to kind of a scary neighborhood, and it was like, oh, okay, this is how you settle things around here. Anyway, but yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. I was kind of curious about that because it's, songwriting. It's a blessing. It's a curse too, because you really, or a musician in general, because really, if you feel it, you can't get away from it, no matter what you try to do. So, it's good that you have that. You feel that way. From what I'm getting from you, it's like, okay, you really have to kind of wear your heart on your sleeve, and that's the way it is. And you got to be comfortable doing it because that's the way. And I think the best artists are the ones that are able to communicate that to an audience when they sit down and they play, and they're able to do that, and that's when you feel that connection. When you're at a show, you feel that connection, and that's magic when that happens.
It is magic, especially whenever it's like your original music. It's almost like euphoria.
It's
whenever
scary.
It happens. It's scary. It's frightening.
When it happens, it is scary. When it first happens, when you're playing, and
when people latch on and they go for the ride with you,
and you're like, oh crap, they're actually listening.
And you're like, I better not mess up. But then sometimes, it's weird. It is weird. Like sometimes original music is safe because nobody knows words. They don't know if you messed up. They don't know if you botched it or not. And they can't judge you on it because it's your original stuff, really. But at the same time, it's like you're putting yourself out there so much, and half the time you're so critical of it. Like to me, everything I play sounds like really cheesy, like in my head, and people will hear it and be like, "That's awesome," and I'll be like, "Really?"
Yeah. Well, it's not cheesy. It's great. What do you want to play? You want to play another cheesy song?
This is very cheesy. This is extremely cheesy. My grandmother really likes this song. I don't know why, but it's I haven't played this out very much. It's pretty much the newest song that I've written, and it's called, I don't know what to call it, No More Tears or Realm. You can take a vote.
Okay. We'll have a poll on the website.
Okay, we'll have a poll. What should it be called? No More Tears.
What should Jess call this?
Or just call it No Name Song. Sit back and be
Only
quiet.
if you can put a poll on the website, because I don't know how to.
Oh, I don't know how to either. Maybe I'll just
We'll call
put it
it
up on Facebook. All right.
Okay.
So the audience, we have the audience back. Okay,
The
guys.
audience is back. Okay. Oh, all right. These things are like set.